All right. All right. It's been kind of crazy. But I think we're live. I think we have sound. I think we're all good. Hello, everybody. We're trying something new. Today. First off, I'm sorry there was no stream Wednesday night. Wednesday night, we've had fevers running through our household. So we were sick Wednesday. I didn't want to get my brother sick, so we did not stream Wednesday. But yeah, so this week, I was off this week with kids, also with illness. And I thought, you know what? Let's see if we can get a live reveal stream going. So we're doing it. And I reached out to two of my friends here, and they're joining us. So here we go. These are the three of us. And I realized I did not have a three-person layout. So we added a dragon. But if you guys don't know these two people, you should. We'll do real quick intros here. So Mike, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
I'm Mike from Pinballers on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. I love seeing turtles behind you, man. It makes me happy every time. And then we got my good friend Tom. Tom's here. Fox City's Pinball, the one.
I'm Joel's nemesis.
No, not at all.
I'll always be in chat, just giving them shit.
Yep, and that's fair. But yeah, today we're just going to do our best to do a live reaction. Normally Stern drops things so it's going to be noon my time. So we got about 12 minutes to kill. Chat, I love it. I love that people are here. I love that people are excited for this new game. So yeah, we're just going to see what's going on. Never thought I'd see Mike with turtles. Good to see. Dude, Mike has had a turtles for a while now, and that game's not leaving, is it?
It's survived a few cycles of games moving in and out. As you can see, we have a John Wick premium here. So we've sold a few games and brought some in, but the turtles has stuck around. It's been the topic of discussion a couple times to go out the door, but it hasn't quite made its way out there yet. So.
Oh yeah, it's not going. You're loving it. I can tell.
I do. I love the game. It's great.
And Tom's got.
I think everyone should play it a little more.
Yeah. Well,
give it a chance.
I don't think it's official, but I'm pretty confident it's Dwight on code. So I'm hoping for more Dwight. He's a good storyteller. He's a good storyteller for sure. So.
Yeah, there's a few things I'm hoping for in the game. Like wish list. If you had a Dungeons and Dragons game, what would you like to see in it? I have a few definite.
Yeah. Well,
wishes,
hey, we've got 10 minutes. We can roll through those. It sounds like you got a list. I don't know if Tom has. Tom, do you have a list? If you have a list, let's start with Tom's list.
Not?
Let's start with Tom's wish list,
and
then
we'll
go to Mike's.
Flippers, at least.
It's got 2 flipper game. Okay. I will say,
one flipper game I've heard.
Here we go. I'm going to spoil something right now. Okay. I might have heard that this is a 3 flipper game. I might have heard that. I might have heard this is a 3 flipper game. Just saying. So 3 flipper game. Oh, Dwight Sullivan's in chat. Dwight is in chat.
Whoa.
Dwight,
Morning,
that's
Dwight.
exciting. That's exciting. Good to see you, Dwight.
You better be on our best behavior now.
That's who I should add to this call. We'll drop the dragon and add Dwight. Yeah, let's make that happen. No, that's awesome. Co-op mode is a must at launch. I don't know if it'll necessarily be there at launch, but Dwight has put co-op in every game he's made for a while now, so I would have no doubt it's going to get
Venom
here.
have co-op yet?
Maybe it does. No, life is too short. Please be 1,000. Oh yeah, we will, Dwight. Don't worry. Mike, Tom. So your list of things for D&D were at least 1 flipper, and I can tell you right now, 3. There's 3. So I think we've exceeded
Triple the expectations.
Yeah, tripled. Yep. What else? Anything else on that wish list there, Tom?
I think there's got to be a dragon.
Okay. All right.
Maybe a subway dungeon.
Subway, that would make sense.
Throwing stuff out, because I have no idea. I haven't seen anything.
Are you well, maybe start with that question. Tom, have you played Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, I was actually really into Dungeons and Dragons like when I was a kid.
Nice.
But I haven't touched it since.
Okay. I know I played before my kids were born. I had a campaign going with my brother-in-law. There was like 6 of us, and we played for like 2 years. And It's a great game. So all I've told people so far that don't know Dungeons and Dragons is essentially a set of rules of how you can complete a story, a task. Like it just has some defined rules. You know, this is how you do turns. This is how combat works. You have hit points, you have modifiers, yada, yada, yada. You know, you have some defined rules. But when it comes to the story, when it comes to what you're actually doing, there is no, you can do whatever. You can do whatever. You could apply Dungeons and Dragons to medieval time. You could apply Dungeons and Dragons to a space battle. You know, it doesn't. You can do it wherever. So that's what I'm excited about this game. That I think we've basically given Dwight free reign to just do. Like it seems it's a licensed game, but they don't have a set story they have to follow. They're going to be able to just make something, and I'm excited to see where he runs with that. But Mike, have you played D&D?
I have, yeah. I've dabbled in the pen and paper game a little bit when I was younger. I played a lot of the video games, Baldur's Gate,
Okay.
D&D Online. There was an MMO, so I'm actually wearing my D&D shirt as
Hey,
well.
okay. All right.
So yeah, I've always been into D&D. I used to love just the books, the little bestiary books that had all the little
Yeah.
monsters and the stats and stuff. I used to just love, picking those up and reading those and everything. So yeah, I'm definitely into it. As are 50 million people worldwide. Actually, if you look it up, there's 50 million players, so it's not a small niche theme by any means either. So
Well, I do know the Monster Manual. So that was something else I was trying to describe to somebody. There's, there are set books of creatures that have been created for D&D. And so like a beholder would be one of them, a bugbear, a bunch of stuff. So that's I have no doubt that I bet there will be, I don't know, if I had to guess, I would assume with Dwight being Dwight, I will assume the game will start off with you picking a character, and I would assume the characters will have different classes. So I'm assuming you'll have paladins or rogues or wizards. So you'll pick something, and I'm assuming whatever that character is will have different perks. And then, I'm assuming you will be working through some sort of storyline, and kind of like Venom in a way, where you're going to be battling different things, or maybe you'll get attacked. And that's where I think we'll probably see some of these characters that we're talking about that he'll be pulling straight from the Monster Manual, would be my guess. So I think it's cool.
Will you be lawful good or chaotic evil, Joel?
Well, I think I know what you'd be. I know what you'd be. I'll be neutral. I'll just be bland. I'll be totally give me a 0 in all the stats. Yep.
yeah.
But no, I'm excited to see. I just think there's so many. The game, there's a reason this game has been popular for so long, because it is so open-ended. So I think Stern was basically to have a license here that they can kind of run in any direction they want, but yet there are defined guidelines of like, here are the different characters, here are the different classes, here are the different types. So it's like, work within this role, but at the same time define whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I looked up I looked up a Tyrant's Eye just to see if it was a D&D story that had already been created, and they were just and there's no
Nothing for it.
there's
Okay.
no so this is definitely going to be a new sort of story that's created for the game, which is great, which is one of the wish lists I had. I didn't want it to be like, Baldur's Gate or what. I wanted it to be its own sort of little story.
Yeah.
But one of the things I'm really hoping for myself would be almost like a choose your own adventure type thing as you're playing the game, right? You enter a dungeon, and then maybe the right ramp you go to the right, the left ramp you go to the left, or you battle this thing, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sort of like
yeah.
you make your way through a dungeon, and different shots take you in different directions or whatever. Like that kind. And of course, there has to hoping there's a leveling mechanic of some sort, similar to Venom or Turtles or something like that. But definitely think something along the lines of like making your way through a dungeon.
Yep.
Different shots take you to different places, and you can run into different sort of scenarios as you're going through sort of a dungeon or something. I mean, that's just speculating.
It could be a little bit of anything. That's what we're excited for. Somebody did ask, so this is licensed through Wizards of the Coast, so that's a whole nother thing that there are people that write, there are different books that have different campaigns. So if your dungeon master doesn't just create its own story, you can actually work through different campaigns. So there's a chance maybe they even worked with Wizards of the Coast to be like, hey, can we define, maybe there was a story writer for the game. So maybe there is, maybe there's some canon D&D story lore built into this game. I'm trying to think how Travis would say that. He wouldn't say lore. He'd say like lure or something dumb. But let me do this real quick. Okay, I'm going to play install the expression lighter kit.
Light diffusing
Stream, do you hear
out
this?
On your LCD panel that are required to do this process on the Pro and Premium.
You should,
it's
is
not
the answer.
Any harder, it's just more stuff to keep track of. There's a few
do you guys
things
hear
on the
this
Pro
stream?
that I also want to point out
great.
that we are going to need to remove
okay,
and put back.
Perfect. And then Tom
on
and
the left
Mike, you guys hear it as well, right?
Panel, there is a green.
All good.
Perfect. Okay. We are waiting for the video to drop. I don't know if anybody. I'm refreshing YouTube. I'm refreshing Facebook. If it's a little quiet, okay. Let me turn that up.
One other thing, while you're doing that I'm hoping for in the game too, is some sort of a dice roll mechanic. Something where maybe it's like an outlane save or something along those lines, where it's like a random D20 roll, and you have to get like
so
I don't know, a certain number to get a ball save or something something.
There is so that's something with D&D. A lot of your actions start with a D20, a 20-sided dice, and basically it determines whether or not you hit or you miss or you get hit or you get. So there's always the critical fail and the critical success. So if you roll a D20 and you roll a 20, even if the statistics don't make sense, normally it's like that crazy chance, like, okay, you just whatever, like coerced a god to not do something. So there's the critical success, but then there's also the critical fail, where it's like, not only did you miss hitting this character, you broke your sword in the process. So I think it could be cool, the mystery award here, whatever. It would be interesting if there's some sort of re-roll mechanic or something like that, where if you miss something or you hit something, do you want to use that? There's a lot you can do here. There's a lot you can do with this license, no doubt.
I can definitely see it going in one of sort of two directions. There's that direction where you are the player and you are going through the game with dice rolls and making decisions and all that. But there's also the thought that it could just be you're in a story, and this is the story that they've presented to you in the Dungeons and Dragons world, and there's no dice roll, there's none of that stuff. It's just you, the character, going through the story, not a player. You're just the character, right? So we hopefully we'll see that in just a short.
Okay,
moment
it's noon. It's noon. I am.
Video's up.
Where's the video?
Someone said video's up.
Is it on YouTube? Facebook? Video. Let's try YouTube. Hey, there we go. We got it. 39 seconds. Let me pull this up. There we go, everybody. Full screen. Let's let her rip. Everybody can see it. We're good. Here we go.
Hey, everybody. It's George Gomez at Stern Pinball. And we're here today to celebrate a storied franchise that has entertained players for over 50 years. I'm thrilled to present our latest game,
old school
Dungeons and Dragons, The Tyrant's Eye. Players will go on an epic and thrilling adventure into forgotten realms to battle iconic enemies, including the most advanced animatronic dragon in pinball, Wrath the Relentless. This red dragon intelligently reacts to player action with multi-axis motion and features omnidirectional impact sensing technology, all while breathing fire in the form of pinballs. In addition to an array of flowing ramps and shots, the game highlights some really cool playfield toys that bring Dungeons and Dragons into the pinball universe. You'll notice the gelatinous cube with magical magnet ball interaction, a player-controlled shield device, and of course, disappearing dungeon entrance.
There's your Subway, Tom.
A sword is only as strong as the one who wields
Not a
it.
Subway, but
The Tyrant's Eye is brought to life with custom speech and voice talent by a star-studded cast, including Michael Dorn,
Come here, tasty traveler.
Luke Gygax,
Nothing is impossible.
Kevin Smith,
Enough talk. Let's finish this.
Brendan Small,
We meet again.
Matthew Mercer,
You are being attacked by a gelatinous cube.
and many more.
We are prepared for
Just
this.
select
The
character.
art
Wow.
on the
Correct,
game
yeah.
was created by prolific Dungeons & Dragons illustrator Vince Prose.
Pretty good.
The music was created by world-renowned video game composer Chris Velasco.
Most
Doesn't look like they took the
And
dragon
now,
out of the
lead
pro.
game
That's
designer
good.
Brian
Yeah.
Eddy and software dungeon master Dwight Sullivan will take you through the pinball adventure of a lifetime.
It begins.
What I really wanted to do in this game is take the player on a journey. The fantasy world of D&D is so rich and full of incredible stories, places, characters, and of course, monsters and traps. So how will you choose to navigate the world?
You are on the road to Darkhold.
We've really tried our best to
There he
integrate
is.
D&D with pinball. At the start of your first game, players will be able to choose from 4 characters. Each character will have their own buff within the game. For example, the wizard has longer shield time. Each of your saved characters will have their own progress.
I'm proud to fight alongside you.
Just like the openness of D&D, the game's story changes based on your choices.
We have a map on the playfield. You'll be
Hey!
able to travel
Wow.
about our map all you want. You can play different dungeons and wizard modes. You can also buy things from Fismo, our in-game shopkeeper. He has different things to sell at different locations on the map, so you gotta remember where the big ticket items are. Our game has a story, The Tyrant's Eye. Our writer, Zach Brose, and I spent months writing a story.
Oh,
and then
Dwight
we
did
took
it.
that
Nice.
story and we turned it into all of the modes of the game.
It all begins with Tiamat hatching a new plan to escape her banishment.
You can't have a D&D game without a fierce dragon, right? And we have the most amazing one ever in a pinball machine, the Red Dragon, Wrath the Relentless.
I see you running away.
On the Premium and LE, not only does the dragon's head move in multiple directions, which allows him to avoid getting hit or to block playfield shots, he can also shoot flaming pinballs out of his mouth. Okay, well, maybe not actual flames,
Oh, that was 3.
but it's going
Wow.
to feel like that in a battle.
Face my wrath.
You and your party are, of course, trying to steal Wrath's gold by hitting the 3-bank under him and then trying to hit his head to defeat him.
That's my treasure.
Wrath is really brought to life by the incredible voice talent of Michael Dorn,
I will consume you.
making him one of the most iconic pinball villains of all time.
You dare challenge me?
There are also multiple overlapping
up-down
and
ramp.
cascading ramps, so it feels like you're going on a journey. Hit the road to town right ramp to travel, or take the shortcut loop to the upper flipper. The game features an up-down ramp that leads to a gelatinous cube that, just like the monster in D&D, will grab the ball with an electromagnet and freeze it inside the cube.
You are stuck.
The player must then come to the rescue by hitting
nice.
it out in time before it's devoured.
We have a dungeon crawl feature that lets you travel through a dungeon looking for the award room.
The dungeon crawl is unique because it's part physical shots and part video, where the player makes choices on which direction to go at each junction. It could lead to an amazing
Video
treasure
mode,
room,
kinda, yeah.
attacking monsters, or even a dragon.
Don't go in there.
The game is procedurally generated, meaning all of the randomness in the game is predetermined and changes every Sunday. You'll have
Wow,
1 week
each
to
week.
learn and explore the game. You'll learn where the dungeon crawl leads you. You'll learn where Fismo is selling different items on the map. Then, on Sunday, you'll have a whole new gaming experience. It'll start all over.
There are many other elements that pull you into the fantasy world. There are little details everywhere on the playfield. During your travels, you could be attacked by monsters,
An owl bear.
where you can
There's the
shoot
dice
the
on the
critical
left.
hit captive ball,
Let's go.
or find the hidden temple shot behind
Nice,
the upper
find the
flipper for
flipper
double
shot.
scoring. On the Pro Edition, players will experience a lot of the same action and flow in the immersive world of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, so the head still moves a little there on the
Yeah,
Pro.
this is the Pro.
Through the
so
power of
it's-
Insider Connected,
Okay, go
we're
up and
integrating our
down.
new pin save system. With each new game, you will pick up where you left off. You will start on the map where you ended your last game. Even in the middle of a dungeon, you can
Oh, wow.
decide not to have your play saved. You can play from the beginning every single game if you want to. It's all up to you.
Let's finish this.
We are beyond excited for you to experience the fantasy world under glass, fusing pinball with the iconic franchise like never before.
Make your choice.
Get ready to roll with the new Dungeons and Dragons: The Tyrant's Eye at sternpinball.com.
Oh man! Wow! 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 Wow!
I mean, almost everything I talked about wanting to be in the game, it seems to be there.
Holy cow!
Oh, I hope you have some tissues.
Let me. How you doing, Tom? Tom's usually he's I don't know if we should start with Tom just because he's usually got a lot. He's got to let out. So Tom, initial impressions. I mean, we just saw that.
It looks pretty cool. It looks like it had some good shots. It's definitely looks a little bit maybe different for a Brian Eddy design because he's really known for his fan layouts.
Yeah.
I like it. It looks like they're going in a good direction with leveling up and changing the game weekly. I don't know how that's going to work, but it looks promising. This looks like it could be a big winner for games on location. For sure, and really the home environment if it's changing all the time.
All right, so there are 3 videos. There's the teaser, and then what we just saw was the game features. So that was the long video. And
I don't think the dragon is static on the Pro. It looks
No,
like
I saw it moving up and down. It doesn't go like left and right and around, but it definitely went up and down. Yeah.
Let's watch this real quick. This is it's only a minute, but this is the game trailer. The game trailer.
You may choose a character.
This is going to be fun.
Critical hit.
I think moves a lot.
There's the beholder.
A dungeon.
Yeah, there's an upper loop.
Prepare to die.
Wrath the relentless. Let's finish this.
So that shot to the left, of the dragon, the up down ramp, that looks to be a if the ramp is not down, it looks to be a horseshoe shot. Like it looked like it right here, so it looks like if that's up, it looks like it whips around and then comes out over here. I thought I saw that in one of these clips here. Dude, I love it. 3 flipper game. Yeah, you'll see him hit to the left of the... Right there. Nope. That's the upper loop. So there's an upper loop shot. That's cool.
Yeah, it looks like there's a loop and a ramp there.
I'll pull up a playfield image. Well, was that it? Did I miss that? Or maybe it's just an orbit.
I'm assuming you can hit the dragon from the side too, but...
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at some...
this multi-directional hitting, so I guess it can sense where the dragon is being hit, like whether it's front, side, or whatever.
Okay, let's look at...
But that's cool. The dragon is a bash toy. The dragon is like a kick out. It's a multifunctional dragon.
Here we go. Open a new tab. Okay, here we go. This is the top. This is the Pro. So what are we seeing on the Pro that is different than the LE? Maybe we can do a side by side. But I'm still seeing.
I'm gonna guess that Subway probably doesn't pop up on the Pro.
No, that thing's right there.
Well, that could just be a
let's
plastic.
do that then.
That could just be a plastic.
Let's do that then. Let's look at the feature matrix.
Yeah, there should be.
Come on, look at me. Reset. All right, here we go. Feature matrix. Boom. Okay. Pro LE. Yeah. This is all the pretty stuff. But right here. So custom sculpted animatronic red dragon featuring multi-axis motion, omnidirectional impact sensing, and technology. Illuminated eyes, can shoot pinballs from its mouth. That's premium LE. The Pro is just custom sculpted red dragon. Features vertical movement, detects hits, and illuminated eyes. So it doesn't spit the balls out on the Pro.
So it's gonna go up and down.
It'll go up and down.
It's gonna detect the ball hitting it.
Yeah,
that's all you're gonna get. You're not gonna get it.
Yeah,
which
isn't
isn't bad.
toy. Yeah, it's just a bash toy.
Yeah,
a moving bash toy.
Okay,
but if you want the full effect,
if you want the moving, the side to side, but it
And
doesn't.
the ball shooting out of the mouth.
You
You're
got to
gonna
go
have to at least
premium
get a
LE.
premium.
And then Rising Dungeon captures and takes ball down to the murky depths. That is premium LE. So you're right there. It's just a plastic on the Pro. So the
It's
up down
probably
the
just
thing
another
is not.
shot that
Yep.
identifies as entering the dungeon or something on the Pro.
Dragon diverter to feed the dragon. So that's probably something under the playfield to feed, obviously to put the balls in mouth. Curious where the dragon diverter. So there's got to be some other mech to feed that. But is that it? Everything else is in everything. Obviously, besides the
Dragon
powder
diverter to
coating.
feed the dragon, obviously.
Yeah. So everything else. So all the other so shots and layout, everything like that, the shield, everything else. Let's just look through here. So
Ramp
dragons there.
diverter is also in the Pro as well, I'm assuming. The little flap
Oh, I
ramp.
didn't realize. So there's expression lights on the game, on the cabinet,
Where did you see
like
that?
Metallica and some
I
of the
think
band
the
pins?
speaker lights. Yes, I don't think I saw that in
It says cabinet compatible with speaker expression lights. Yeah. Okay.
I thought every game moving
Everything
forward
will be,
was going to be expression light compatible, both cabinet and.
Okay.
But I don't see anything. Well, that's the Pro.
Okay, so what's the difference between? It's really just the dragon is what it looks like. Just the dragon moving around doing its thing. Okay, let's look at this guy right here. All right, so here's the LE. Let's talk about shots. Okay, so starting on the left, they did show there's like a store here. Buy from Oh yeah, here we go. Buy from Fizmo. So it looks like you hit here. This is almost like the catapult shot on Medieval Madness. Yeah.
Oh, here's an interesting thing. The Pro has 6 balls. The LE and Premium have 8 balls.
8 ball.
Oh wow! 8 must be an 8-ball multi-ball then.
So buy from. Look at this map.
Somewhere.
So first off, art, right? I mean, I think.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad they didn't. Okay, so some of you guys may know Critical Role. Critical Role. One of the guys' names Matt Mercer was mentioned there. Critical Role is like it's a campaign. It's actually one of the largest Twitch streams there is. Period. It's a group of people that play D&D all the time. That stream got so popular that they actually made the campaign that happened during that stream into a show. It's called Vox Machina. It's on Amazon Prime. I would highly suggest people to watch it. It's fantastic. So part of me was curious if they would go that route, but then it's almost like you have a Vox Machina themed pinball machine. But they did some really cool stuff with the art. They clearly went with the old school D&D rooted art style. Is that good or bad? I don't know. Thoughts to that? Or are we?
Oh, that's good. That's good. When I saw when I saw the animations on the screen, even the font, everything, it was just reminiscent of D&D art. Like it looked like you were looking at a sheet of paper from a book from one of the guides. It was
Dwight in chat right there. Yeah. We have 3 voice actors from Critical Role: Matt Mercer, Laura Bailey, and Marisha Ray. So 3 of the people. That's awesome. That's awesome, Dwight. But I agree. This is straight out of the Monster Manual or the like. This is straight from the books. This is, Dwight. I'm assuming you worked with Wizards of the Coast. I mean, these are all Wizards of the Coast approved artists. Like, how much of this art was done in house versus?
I think they mentioned it was the D&D artist that did at least the cabinet art. I believe George said at the very beginning.
Well, another thing that's massive. If Matt Mercer was involved in this project, like I said, Critical Role is one of the most popular Twitch streams. Period. If Matt Mercer posts one thing about this on any of his social media, the amount of views that would get is ridiculous. So that's
I think D&D fans, even if they're not into pinball, they're just even like D&D fans that are also gamers. They don't necessarily need to be pinball players, but if they're gamers as well, like video games and whatnot, this will draw them in, I'm sure. Just even based on some of the leveling mechanics and all that sort of stuff, it seems to follow the sort of theme of Dungeons and Dragons with the leveling up and the dungeon crawling and the.
So I'm just trying to figure out shots. So store is here. If this scoop is up, the art was all done by Vince Prose, who has done D&D art in the past and Magic the Gathering and many other. That's awesome. That's awesome. So
this could open the way for a Magic the Gathering pinball machine down the road, maybe.
If there's my brother's ears are perking up. I'm assuming this left shot, Dwight, is an orbit. I'm assuming it's just an outer orbit, and then when the flap comes down, then it feeds
the gelatinous
the cube here. Okay. And then there was a 3-bank. They're not drops. It looks like they were just stand-ups in front of the dragon. And then this shot is that loop shot that we were talking about. I think you're going to be able to repeat that. And then we have an upper left ramp that feeds down there.
Maybe that's what feeds the dragon there. Maybe there's a diverter.
So
is
you
there
hit
a diverter
it feeds
somewhere
it,
in there, maybe? Yeah, maybe there's a
yeah.
diverter there.
Okay.
Because I can't see another way to feed the dragon. It's got to be under that big gray rock behind
the plastic.
it there.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, I'm curious. So on the plunge, though, the plunge just feeds the outer orbit. I just didn't know if there was a way, kind of like on Turtles, where the game can automatically feed the turtle van on the premium. Like, does it automatically?
Yeah.
Or I'm assuming as you build up. So to start Dragon, I'm guessing you have to lock balls. I don't know. Captain Ball here, critical hit is what they're calling it. Then we got a spinner right up the middle. And it looks like this is a Vuck. Is that correct? So
Watch your mouth.
rip a spinner, and then it falls in and then throws it up on this ramp. Is that what I'm saying here? The game, Dwight says the game auto feeds the dragon. Okay.
Oh, okay. So the auto plunge will feed the dragon? Is that
curious how that? I don't know. Curious how that's going to work.
Will the auto plunge work? That is the question.
Then this upper right ramp looks like it whips around and also feeds the left flipper. So, okay. Then a stand up and a right orbit, and then an under the flipper shot.
That's kind of like Spider-Man, I think, that behind the flipper, it just kind of rolls out of a lane.
Yeah.
Or similar to like Godzilla or whatever.
So relatively, I don't mean it in a bad way, but a relatively safe layout. Like I think it's like, I mean, compared to X-Men, when we're looking at X-Men, we're like, where does this go? What does this do?
But still creative at the same time, though. With a lot of,
Okay. Tiny's Tavern right up the middle. I'm really excited to see how fun this dragon is to hit. So Dwight, the ball goes in there to dungeon crawl, but then is that where the video mode kicks in at that point? Because it obviously it goes down there and then the ball goes somewhere, or does the ball come back out and drop it? Like the ball's got to go underground and then physically go somewhere.
Come out somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm guessing the dungeon crawl is the.
They mentioned the video mode was it was like a hybrid, like it's video and gameplay at the same time, I think. I don't think it's just a straight, I mean, maybe Dwight can elaborate on that. But
JM in chat here, Brian Eddy completely knocks it out of the park with this layout. Reminds me of the Shadow with the smooth looking shots. Layout, that makes, sure, Shadow had like diverters and the Sherpa? No, not Sherpa. Furpa? Ramps? Furba. But that upper loop though on Shadow, people love that, and that's obviously this game has that. All right, dragon, gelatinous cube.
I like how it's also a cube on the Pro, not just like a
it's
plastic.
Furba shots. Yes, secret door. Is that's a plastic? Somebody will make that sculpt. Dungeon crawl is mostly pinball, but also feels like a video mode. Oh, cool. Tiny's Tavern. So this is a complete all three for Tavern Brawl. Dragon, Dungeon, Gelatinous Cube, Shoot Spinner to light Tiny's dice game. So this just flies through there, and then that is a vertical up kick. But I'm just curious where that... Man, this art is so... perfect.
Yeah. I just can't get over like even the short bit of animations that I saw on the screen. They looked bang on to like the D&D art that you see in the books and stuff. It's great.
Anybody know the 740? There's 740 LEs. Anybody know the reason for that?
Now, is D&D celebrating an anniversary?
Oh, right here. I should read.
recently?
In honor to honor the original release from 1974. That's why there's 740 games. All right. If the
50th anniversary.
If the storyline changes like they say and the dice roll and characters build, this could be a contender for top 3. So let's talk about that. So the idea that every
Start calling
Sunday,
your distributors now.
Every Sunday, yes, the map, the way that you work through the dungeon, so everything changes every Sunday is what they're saying. It'll be rearranged, so the store will be in a different spot. The bad guys will be a different. The whole thing's going to be in a different layout, basically, every Sunday. Plus your characters. It says at the start of the game you get to pick 4, so you have 4 characters that all level up. And they called it pin save, where it's when you end your game, when you start the next game, you can start where you were, so you can just keep going.
That's similar to Venom. Venom was kind of like that, but this is probably expanded quite a bit more. I know Venom, you could continue your progress where you were in your battles with, the enemies and stuff. But as far as progress, I don't know what they mean by progress in the game. Like, you're going to start with 0 points, but then you're going to be
complete campaign to unlock classes. And as Bard, Ranger, Ritual of the Chosen.
Oh, there's more than 4? Things that are changeable will change every Sunday, like the layout of the dungeon crawl feature. So, Dwight, when you start the game, though, this pin save, like if I'm halfway through the dungeon and I drain, ball 3, done, drain, over. If I hit the start button, do I just start right there in the dungeon? Or is there like, how epic is this journey? How long is this journey kind of thing?
But about a week long until they change to the next one.
Yeah. Or every Sunday, do you lose the progress that you made?
Yeah, I would assume you probably do. If it rolls over on Sunday, you probably lose progress. But
does that spinner just go into a vertical up kick? That's my guess.
And we're assuming this is still on the Spike 2 system, right?
Yeah, still Spike 2.
I would think they would have announced if it was Spike 3 right away.
Navigating through hidden paths. Roll the dice with randomness as players unlock these shots. Choices to control the paths of the campaign. I don't know. I'm really curious. This code, I mean, we saw some stuff, but we didn't see. There's a lot. I like that art package. That's the premium.
Yeah. And you there's a little peek on the price on the bottom. There's no price increase, which is always a good thing.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. It's always, I do like the premium art package though. I like that.
A big beholder on the back glass is really cool. Yeah.
I would say
is the playfield color different? Between
it looks very blue. I don't think so.
Okay.
Dwight, there is a dungeon crawl feature. The story has dungeon wizard modes. If you are down on level 3 of a dungeon in Drain Ball 3, you will start your next game there. Ooh. Okay. So the game. Well, maybe this is a question, Dwight. Realistically, is this a game that should be able to be beaten in a normal 3-ball game? Like, I know Venom, I would assume the number of people that beat Noel.
Can Keith Elwin beat this?
The hit start with 0 XP. The number of people that worked all their way through to beat Noel, I feel, is like 10 or less. So I love that this is the dungeon crawl feature does not save where you are. Oh, but it starts.
It saves you.
The story has, okay. Oh, dungeon crawl is different. The story has dungeon, which is wizard modes. If you're down on level 3 of a dungeon in Drain, you will start your next game there. Joel, I can beat it. No, you can't. I don't think the playfield's different, but I do. Looking at that feature matrix, though, the fact that the difference between the pro and premium is essentially the up-down dungeon crawl thing and the
moving dragon, or like
the dragon spitting the balls out. I mean, I think that could be huge for pro, like a pro location game, because it's not like there's a big empty spot on the playfield. That's crazy to me
They look yeah. If you look at the overhead view of like the Pro versus the Premium LE,
There's the LE.
there's really no
There's the
visual
Pro.
difference. There's really no visual difference.
Zoom out. So Pro, Premium.
Like you see that? Like there's nothing
dragons-
significant that looks like it's removed. The dragon's in a slightly different position, but that's
Just
because
'cause
it's
he
static,
moves,
right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, the Pro looks like a definite good option as well. I mean, obviously the premium and LE will be your full featured game with your all the features intended for the game, but it looks like they did their best to make the Pro feel almost as good
Yeah.
as the premium LE, which is nice.
So shot wise, okay, so you got one shot to the store, 2 shots for this left orbit, but could also be the ramp shot. So 2, you got the drops. 3, upper ramp 4, upper left ramp 5, captive ball 6, right up the middle spinner 7. This shot, where does this
There's got
shot
to be
go?
another inner orbit that leads to the left orbit or something.
What was this one? What?
Because it does look like it starts to curve to the left a little bit as you get in there. But could
Dwight,
be
I
wrong.
have. Oh, Dwight has to leave. Where does this shot go? You guys see what I'm pointing to? Because it goes to the. It looks like it's pointing to the right. This shot,
Could be like
that
a-
shot
some
leads
kind
to
of
the upper
turnaround shot?
flipper. Oh, so it's like a horseshoe
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
to
think
feed
a
the.
rush.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's a real quick turn. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's almost in the exact same spot as the spinner on Rush. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how are we feeling, guys? Normally when I look at a new pinball machine, it's like, what is it? What's the thing? What's the shot? What's the like? Oh, I want to feel that. Like obviously when I saw X-Men, and you saw that shot in the upper left where it's like you're telling me I can hit that shot and it whoop, and like that was the shot that I wanted to feel. So when you look at this, Tom, when you're looking at this, what's the shot that you're the most curious about?
I want to hit the dragon right in the face.
Just hit the dragon. Okay. All right. What about you, Mike?
I mean, hitting a dragon in the face is always a good thing. I'm interested to see how that center spinner shot operates. What's behind it? Like, what does it lead to a shot, or is it
Let's see if
just
we
a
can find a
spinner
picture.
into a vuck? I always like a good spinner shot, and center spinners rip for days. So it's
Yeah.
Can we watch the video again, Joel?
100%. Let's just the main one, the big one.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the shield. We haven't talked about the
It
shield.
was very cool. Yeah.
I just want to
The
see.
shield looks cool. It looks like it just because of the way it's angled, it looks like it'll just rust the ball right on your flipper, which I
Yeah.
mean most posts do, but it's just a different shape and everything.
I wonder
But
if there's a
that looks
switch
cool.
on it that can recognize that it's been hit, and that's why it's shaped the way it is, or something maybe.
Could be.
All right, here we go. Let me know if you need me to pause it.
Hey
at all.
everybody, it's George Gomez at Stern Pinball, and
Hey,
we're
that's
here
George
today to
Gomez.
celebrate a storied franchise that
Whoops.
for 50 years. I'm thrilled to present our latest game, Dungeons and Dragons: The Tyrant's Eye. Players will go on an epic and thrilling
that LE
adventure
artwork
into
pretty
Forgotten
sick.
Realms
Yeah.
to battle iconic enemies.
The artwork is
including
really good.
The most advanced animatronic dragon in pinball, Wrath the Relentless. This red dragon.
I was going to say, what other animatronic dragons are there? And all I can think of is Hobbit. Hobbit
Yeah.
with the head turning, which talks, but this you can actually.
Intelligently
Mog.
reacts to player
Small
action
game.
with multi-axis
It looks
motion
like it could be
and
a
features
fast game with no
omnidirectional
shots in the
impact
back,
sensing
too.
technology, all while breathing
And
fire
then
in the
just
form
some-
of pinballs.
And then you got the bash
in
toy
addition
too.
to an
but-
array of
Yeah.
flowing ramps and shots, the game
Okay, so this is So that right shot here is definitely an orbit. We just saw that, and then this shot is the left
highlights
left
some
ramp,
really
yeah,
cool
or the right
playfield
ramp, which
toys
feeds the left
that
flipper.
bring Dungeons and Dragons into the
Stern just
pinball
dropped
universe.
another video.
You'll
What's the
notice
video?
gelatinous cube with magical.
it looks like the spinner. We just saw the spinner shot. It looks like it goes to the upper flipper.
Really?
Spinner one too.
Yeah,
The spinner does too?
rewind at like 5 seconds.
Into the pinball universe, you'll notice the gelatinous cube with magical magnet ball interaction. You'll notice
It didn't show anywhere.
This
it didn't
thing
show
was
anywhere.
just
This is
It
a
looks
separate.
like there's a ball stage
There's
right
a ball
there.
was already there, yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons
But how'd it
into
get
the
there?
pinball universe. You'll notice the
So there was a ball
gelatinous
already
cube
there.
with magical magnet
Yeah, but it
ball
looked like it
interaction.
hit it.
Oh.
Is there a magnet?
Player-controlled shield device.
I wonder if
and
the
of
magnet
course,
holds a ball above and below
disappearing
the.
dungeon entrance.
Oh, that would be
A
crazy.
sword is only as strong as the one who wields it.
So the shield is activated by the action button. So it's basically the ball save, but it's not a second whatever. Damon, you said there's another video. What is the other
The
video?
Tyrant's Eye is brought to life with custom speech and
That's
voice
so
talent
great they got so many
by
voice
a
actors.
star-studded cast,
Like-
including Michael Dorn,
Come here, tasty traveler.
Luke
I'm surprised they had
Gygax,
Kevin
Nothing
Smith.
is impossible.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith,
Enough talk. Let's finish this.
Wait, let me. I just want to look.
Possible.
Kevin Smith,
Enough.
Okay, so level 3 paladin. It shows your hit
That's
points,
so
27. There's your defense. To get to level 4 is so there's an XP bar right here. So obviously the more you play, that's how you level
Yeah.
up. I'm guessing this is gold or some sort of currency.
And then your hit points.
But then
defense,
look
and
over
then
here. There's a sword,
Items.
arrows. What is going on here?
Well,
Look at that
You
font.
move
That font
weapons,
is
Joe.
totally D&D too. I love it.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know. I just saw it pop up. Didn't want to click. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Talk. Let's finish this.
Brendan Small,
We meet again.
Matthew Mercer,
You are being attacked by a gelatinous cube.
and many more.
Yeah, +1 strength, +1 dexterity. So I'll be just curious. I mean, these all 6 of those are the main core stats of D&D, but I'm curious how that applies to pinball. You know, like
Well, yeah. What does +3 intelligent do for your pinball play?
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Like, yeah.
Yep. So
We are prepared for this.
The art on the game was created by prolific Dungeons and Dragons illustrator Vince Prose.
Pretty good.
The music was created by world-renowned video game composer Chris Velasco.
Most impressive.
And now, lead game designer Brian Eddy and software dungeon master Dwight Sullivan will
software
take you
dungeon
through
master.
the pinball adventure of a lifetime.
It begins.
I mean, let's be honest. This
What I
like,
really wanted
this
to
is
do
way
in
up
this game-
Dwight's alley.
Oh, this is Dwight. This I would assume. I know Dwight's away, but this has to be like right there with probably one of the top themes he could ever want to do.
Is take the player
Yeah.
on a journey.
Especially the
Fantasy
fact that he
world of
wrote
D&D
the
is so
story. They
rich
said
and
that.
full of incredible stories,
All
places,
right, right orbit,
characters,
right orbit. So that
and,
was
of
2
course,
orbit
monsters
shots.
and traps. So how will you choose to
Travel, okay. Travel to
Travel to
Darkhold. Complete 2
Darkhold.
shots to reach the next destination. Use
And what do
flippers
the other
to
ones
change.
say?
Use action to confirm.
Complete 2 shots.
So you have
reach the
travel to
destination.
Darkhold, travel to Cobalt Mining Town, or travel to
So
Westgate.
you probably,
So this is
yeah,
all
you
on the
probably
map,
have
yeah.
to travel to one of these places and then pick it or something.
Got it.
That's what I'm assuming.
Select mode to play, or travel to somewhere else.
navigate the world?
You
Well,
are
what's-
on the road to Darkhold.
So
We've really
traveling
tried our
to a
best to
place
integrate
is a
D&D with
mode.
pinball. At the start
Yeah.
of your first game, players will be able to choose from 4 characters.
New character. Wait, so there are new characters. New character, rogue, more luck, more. So those are ones that are locked. So there's going to be more than 4 characters.
And yeah, it says unlockable 3 more.
Wow.
Like
Frey
Venom, right? You had your
Curlyfoot.
4.
It's
and then-
probably
Yeah,
it's probably like Venom where
Yeah.
you can
You
get
get
a stronger
Wolverine.
character.
yeah.
Yeah.
Character will
By
have their
playing
own
more,
buff within
which
the
is
game.
cool.
For example, the wizard has longer shield time. Each of your saved characters will
There you
have their
go.
own
Wizard
progress.
has longer
I'm
shield
proud
time.
to fight alongside you.
Just like the openness of D&D, the game's story changes based on your choices.
We have a map on the playfield.
Okay, so Cobalt Town
Look at
is
that
here,
map.
but I see 1, 2, 3. There's a 2 there. Yeah, there's numbers here. So Green Nest, Westgate, Arabelle, Cobalt Town, Darkhold. Complete 3 to collect artifacts. So those would be your items. Balinor, wait, Rescue King Radok? There's a whole bunch. Here are the characters.
There's
up here in
battles.
green.
There's a couple
What
of battles,
is
it looks like.
this?
Yeah.
There's a lot here, guys. There's a lot.
Yeah.
You'll be able to travel about our map all you want. You can play different dungeons and wizard modes. You can also buy things from Thismo, our in-game shopkeeper.
Spot Dragon Letter, Light Dragon Crawl, Bump Tavern
Tavern.
Brawl value.
Notice the question mark. It costs the most.
Yeah, sold out. It's a mystery. Yeah.
He has different things to sell at different locations on the map, so you got to remember where the big ticket items are. Our game has a story, The Tyrant's Eye. Our writer, Zach Prost, and I spent months writing
That's so
a story.
cool that Dwight
And then
wrote
we
that.
took that story and we
Rescue missing miners. Investigate why there are missing cobalt miners. So you'd have to go to Cobalt Town, I'm assuming.
Break into the vault.
I don't know.
That's what it says on the left.
Left, break into the
Turn it into-
Kobold vault.
Yeah.
Keep Balnor revive his missing. Oh, help Balnor retrieve his missing breastplate.
all of the modes of the game.
It all begins with Tiamat hatching a new plan to escape her banishment.
You can't have a D&D game without a fierce dragon, right? And we have the most amazing one ever in a pinball machine, the Red Dragon, Wrath the Relentless.
I see you running away.
On the premium and LE, not only does the dragon's head move
I
in
think
multiple
him
directions,
spitting
which
balls
allows
out at
him
you
to avoid
is
getting
going to be
hit
pretty
or
awesome.
block playfield shots. He can also shoot flaming pinballs out of his mouth. Okay, well maybe not actual flames.
Love that as
but
he's
it's
like
gonna feel
spraying
like
across
that.
the playfield too.
Face my wrath.
You and your party are, of course, trying to steal Wrath's gold by hitting the 3-bank under him and then trying to hit his head to defeat him.
That's
I mean, I'll
my
be honest,
treasure.
it looks cool.
Wrath
Yeah.
is really brought to life by the incredible voice talent of Michael
3 modes
Dorn,
per location,
I will
maybe.
consume
Maybe.
you.
making him one of the most iconic pinball villains of all time.
You dare challenge me?
I mean, what's crazy with this idea that the story you can kind of keep going in it, I'll be very curious. You know, like when I played Venom, the goal was obviously I want to beat Noel, but then once I did, I unlocked one character. So it's like, well, I want to do it again with this character, and then I want to do it again with this character. I'm curious for the people that have owned Venom now for months and months and months, if they feel that they've like completed the game. But this is saying there's 4 characters, you unlock 3 more, all of your progress is saved, but yet the journey and the way you go through it changes every Sunday. I feel like completing this game could take like a long time to feel like you've seen or done everything you can in this game, which is
But it also may feel like with changing every week, it may feel like a different game that you're completing every time as well, right?
Sure.
So it's not, you may not get bored like, oh, I've already beat the game. Well, yeah, but if you beat the game and it takes you a completely different path in the way you go through it,
yeah.
then it sort of entices you to continue wanting to play through the game and whatnot because you can do different things, right?
100%. Jason, yeah, in chat, yeah, they're saying that right here. This is an up-down, like a lift gate, so it looks like it's just the outer orbit, but then when that's down, it feeds the cube here.
There are also multiple overlapping and cascading ramps, so it feels like you're going on a journey. Hit the road to town right ramp to travel, or take the shortcut loop to the upper flipper.
Hey, there you go. That was exactly it.
Okay.
But that stopped. The ball stopped. Did it stop on a magnet? Oh, I bet they
I wonder
can
if
use
that
the magnet.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wonder if that magnet can hold a ball above and below.
That's smart. The fact that the way they position it, you basically get 2 magnets for the price of 1.
Yeah.
The game
Boom.
features
Because
an
it
up-down
definitely
ramp that leads
stopped
to
there.
a
It stalled the
lattice
ball.
cube, just like
Yep.
the monster in D&D.
Now, the only
Grab
thing
the
is
ball,
you
Yeah,
can't
it's cool.
see
It's
it, though.
up your
freeze
shot.
it inside the cube.
When it stops
You are
underneath
stuck.
it, you
The
can't
player
see
must
it.
then
So,
come to the
yeah,
rescue
that ball
by
is...
hitting it out in time before.
So that magnet was on,
frozen there.
and it's still being trapped. So you had 2 balls being trapped with 1 magnet, and then you have to hit it again to get the 1 ball back.
We have
That's
a
pretty
dungeon
cool.
crawl feature that lets you travel through a dungeon looking for the award room.
The dungeon crawl is unique because it's part physical shots and part video, where the player makes choices on which direction to go at each junction. It could lead to
Interesting.
an amazing treasure room, attacking monsters, or even a dragon.
Don't go.
I wonder how the dragon crawl's or the dungeon crawl's gonna work if that up-down thing is not there on the pro. Like, I wonder what shot you have to hit to start the same mode.
So
you know?
does the ball just go in there and then it pops back
where
out?
does it come out?
The game is
I don't
procedurally
know that
generated,
answer.
Meaning all of the randomness in the game is predetermined.
I don't
and
know if there's like a
changes
subway
every
underneath
Sunday. You'll have
or a
1 week
trough.
to learn and explore the game. You'll learn where the dungeon crawl leads you. You'll learn where
tavern probably
Fizmo
is.
is selling different items on the map. Then on Sunday, you'll have a whole new gaming experience. It'll start all over.
There are many other elements that pull you into the fantasy world. There are little details everywhere on the playfield. During your travels, you could be attacked by
Owlmare.
monsters.
Okay, wait. Okay. So how are we attacking right now? So I see
Dice
that I see
rolls.
so it shows 4 people in the party. They're all rolling. So miss. That's what I'm saying. 1 is a miss, so 11 damage.
Rip.
But I'm
Does it
curious.
say anywhere?
What?
Like I was just saying, does it say anywhere? Hit this shot to roll dice, or
I don't
anything? Or
know.
just
That's
nothing?
what I'm curious when you're in a battle, what you're doing on the
you can
play
shoot. The
field.
critical hit travels. You could be
Oh,
attacked by
so you see the captive ball there?
Yeah.
That's a
Which is
critical
to
hit.
that's to the left of the spinner.
Critical hit captive ball can help players in battles and other parts of their adventure. I'm guessing using the spinner then the captive ball. The spinner would make total sense as that's how you're rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Or find the hidden temple shot behind the upper.
But I'm just saying, if you're walking down a path and then it's like, boom, owlbear, and I got to fight this thing, the ball being held? Is it, or no, it's like to fight him to roll or something. It's like you got to hit white shots. Like, I don't know. I'm curious to see how we're.
Like Deadpool or something where you're doing those battles or something, right?
Yeah,
Like,
how we're coming together.
Double scoring. On the Pro Edition, players will experience a lot of the same action and flow in the immersive world of Dungeons and Dragons.
I do love the spinner right up the middle, though.
Through the power of Insider Connected, we're integrating our new
Flipper
pin save
toppers, yeah, I
system.
did see that.
With each new game, you will pick up where you left off. You will start on the map where
Wait, what did that say? Players can choose to pick up where they left off with Stern's pin save system. The progress of all your characters, inventory, and location will be saved. So that's just the same as Venom, right? Where you're starting with your previous XP. But the fact that you saves your location, that's what I'm very curious of.
Well, that's what I wonder how the XP affects the game as well. Like, I mean, if you like, Tom is a competitive player, and I play competitively as well. So it's like, how is that similar to Venom? You won't be
You start from the beginning.
level 0 or whatever. That's
Chat here. So La Force, I don't know how to say that, but left orbit to stop ball on magnet to start dungeon crawl. So I'm guessing on the Pro to start dungeon crawl, hit the left, and that makes sense because the magnet down below would grab it. The Dumb Pinball Show. I really enjoy Eddie games. I feel like this game needs a long stream for me to understand. I have no idea when Stern's streaming this. Hopefully soon, but hopefully I'll get it.
Somebody
in a few weeks.
send Joel a game right now.
I'm ready. I'm
ready.
ready.
At CES next week too, isn't it? Isn't it supposed to be at the CES show in Vegas?
It'll be at CES.
Yeah.
Tom and I will be seeing it on Tuesday. We're going to Stern to play the game.
Right.
But when will there be official video or official stream of it? Hopefully soon.
With each new game, you will pick up where you left off. You will start on the map where you.
Okay, what is this map? It's just a different place. So this is the Cobalt mining town. But I'm so curious. Yeah, you have a sword. This would be your armor, and this would be his ranged weapon. I understand the D&D aspect of this. I'm just curious how this applies to a physical, interactive pinball all at the same time.
Integrated into the game, yeah.
Last game.
Break into Cobalt. Help Balinor retrieve his missing breastplate. How do I do that? What shots do I... Spy on Puck is this one. Nidar thinks something is going on in Cobalt Mining Town. So yes, there are multiple, but this has a 2 and that has a 2. I don't know. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here.
You can decide not
shoot
to
orange arrows to move forward. So this would actually be in the physical pinball game. Shoot the orange arrows.
So that's your hybrid video flash,
yeah. If you want to, it's all up to you.
Let's finish this.
We are beyond excited for you to experience the fantasy world under glass, fusing pinball with the iconic franchise like never before.
Make your choice.
Okay.
Get ready to roll with the new Dungeons and Dragons: The Tyrant's Eye at sternpinball.com.
Get ready to roll, guys. Get ready to roll.
I can see some hardcore D&D players really curious about this, wanting to explore it and see what it's all about.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, final thoughts. I didn't know how long this was going to go. I mean, chat, are we excited? Are we not excited?
No, can you check
worse?
out that other video that was released?
So they said the other video was just the trailer was the one I showed you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, forget it then.
I know. So we've seen them both, the 1 minute and the 6 minute.
Gotcha.
But if you want, we can watch it again. Takes a minute, Tom.
Yeah, I got a minute.
We got a minute.
Oh, it looks like the cabinet is.
You may choose a character.
This is going to be fun.
Critical hit.
Light up eyes too.
A dungeon.
It's pretty impressive how that ball just like it's a small shot, but it just kind of sucked it in there.
Prepare to die.
Like, I'd be curious if that shot hitting that versus hitting the left orbit on the Pro, which one's necessarily easier? With the magnets in both the Pro and the Premium. Okay. Okay,
So the LED does have the metallic looking side art on it too. I noticed, which is nice.
This
let's
is always the bad thing. It's like a new pinball was released, but now I want to play it, so I gotta wait.
Well, let's talk about it then. We'll just start with this. So art package right off the bat. I mean, I think you look at this has a nice
They all
big
look
dragon.
good.
I think the art, they nailed the art. The art, they went loyal to the books, loyal to the game. The fact that it looks older, it looks classic. I think the art is
Buy all
awesome.
three.
Is awesome. I think the Pro and Premium. I like the Premium a lot, but
I like the back glass on the LE. I think.
yeah, it looks.
I like the green
Yeah.
colors in there too. Nice.
And I like that they made D&D is pretty small at the top. Like they didn't go nuts, you know, like D&D. The Dumb Pinball Show, music might make this game. Again, we'll need a stream to check this out. Yeah, so that was next thing I was going to say. The fact that they got so many voice actors, I think the audio in this game could be really great. They got so many voice actors that do D&D voice acting all the time, could be great. So I think art, they did really well. I think sound, there's a chance that sound's going to be really, really good. The layout definitely looks more interesting than, you know, some of Brian Eddy's last few games have been, you know, 2-flipper, fan layout. You know, it's very, very easy to understand by a quick glance. This layout definitely is, it's safe, but also very interesting. So I'm excited to see how that shoots. Hopefully that upper left upper flipper loop feels good. And there's magnets, toys and mechs. That dragon could be a ton of fun. I don't know. I mean, the code is always going to be a big question mark, but I have no doubt this is a passion project for Dwight. Yeah. So
code is going to be very important in this game because, I mean, while the layout looks great, the shots look great. Yeah. I mean, this is a Dungeons and Dragons game. So, I mean, if there's no meat in the code and, you know, there's no depth in the leveling and all that stuff, it could definitely negatively affect it. But it looks like you said, it's a passion project of Dwight, and he's a gamer as well. So you know, he definitely knows what will appeal to players of this type of game, I think, and will probably nail it out of the park. But again, reservations to play the game first and determine for yourself, right?
100%. Yeah. I think the code, with all code challenges of every pinball machine, you know, if Joe Schmo steps up to this at the arcade, is he gonna, you know, he's gonna hit start. It'll say choose a character. It'll be like, you know, he'll pick one. But then you assume his goal is, I see a dragon that's moving. Yeah. You know, I'm curious how obvious or how clear it will be to communicate to a player what they have to do to get that dragon to spit 3 balls out at you. That's got to be the hook, right? That's got to be the hook to get somebody to play or want to play it over. I mean, that's going to be the mech that I would guess would draw a player to play it just those few times at an arcade. But for a home buyer, this idea of the game's going to change every Sunday. You can level up all your characters. There's this huge map to explore. There's multiple things to do. Save your progress, start your progress.
Over 45 monsters to battle.
Where did
featuring 10 different locations to visit. 100 different trinkets can be collected and give special buffs throughout the game.
Yeah.
Throughout gameplay.
But the fact that you can choose, okay, I like the build that I got going, or it's like, you know what, I'm going to start over and then go explore this way or fight this. Like, yeah, I think at that point, it just really comes down to, are the battles, you said there's 45 monsters, like, are the battles themselves enjoyable? That was something that with Venom, I thought the battles were the most enjoyable part of the game. So it was almost like you had to do a bunch of stuff to get into a battle. So I'm curious here, if the battles are enjoyable, then yeah, give me 45 different ones, you know, like
but then you have locations and you have other modes and all that stuff as well on top of, 45 creatures to battle, and then what Tom said, 100 trinkets. Like it sounds like they took the Spike 2 system to the max, based on what it sounds like to be a whole crap ton in the game. Yeah.
But also it's clear this game could not have happened without Insider Connect. Like at this point, Insider Connect to have this type of progress. I told this to Dwight, that one thing I liked about Venom is even if I came down and only played the game for 10 minutes, I still felt like I was helping my character. Like I was always progressing, even though if I, didn't do X, Y, or Z, I was still getting experience. I was still building up my character. So that's something that I think this game, especially on location, for somebody to step back up and be like, oh yeah, I just, I played the game, put in $5 in it, and I was working my way towards this. I was working my way towards that. Because Stern did say Venom does well on location. I'm not an operator, but these games like that you can chip away at and work through slowly over time, there's a pretty cool draw to that. Not to mention if it's in your basement, then you can chip away at it and work through it. So.
And you can already see the Dungeons and Dragons commercials going in on your.
Oh, no way! That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. Final thoughts. I mean, this is. There's really nothing else I could have asked for D&D, right? Like I feel like this game is kind of. I mean, we were talking before, right? Choose your character, level up system.
Like choose your own adventure
journey.
Type deal. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we can all in our head think up of mechs or whatever that we think would or would not work, but like a freaking dragon that's moving and yelling at you, throwing balls at you. 3 flipper game. Obviously, we wanted something different. I don't know.
Yeah, the last few games there's always been something, there's no gun in John Wick, or there's no ball eating shark, or someone's always like I can't see anything anybody would have to complain about this game to say like this doesn't do that, or there's no this or whatever. It seems like they definitely poured a lot of love into the game, as far as the art, as far as the mechs, the animations, the call outs, everything. It really does look like they took it seriously and wanted to do the Dungeons and Dragons theme justice, which looks like they did. So.
I feel like they
kind
of
I'm
nailed
excited.
that.
I'm excited. This is one of the most and anticipated for me now that I've seen the trailer. Like I've seen tons of the Stern trailers, and they always, some level or another look promising and wanting to play. But this is definitely for me, just from the trailer, it's up there in the top tier of me wanting to now check this game out for sure.
Hottie in chat says my favorite panelist is Dragon. Hottie, it could have been you, man. Could have been you, but he was working. Yes. Tom, you're buying one, right? You ready? You
not necessarily. I'm gonna check it out first. The problem I have with Stern right now is I bought John Wick, I bought X-Men. X-Men's now gone.
Yep.
And releasing games with waiting for code.
Yeah.
I know maybe people are more patient than I am, but John Wick's at what, like 0.93?
Yeah.
And it's been out almost a year.
There's no wizard modes yet in the game or anything either.
No wizard modes. Yeah, and And it's a tough shooting game.
Yeah.
Maybe most of us won't get to a wizard mode on it, but that's my only thought. Like, where's this game at in code? And I am seeing on this this certainly is a good thing. It says 21 unique campaign story modes. 9 of them are wizard modes.
Oh,
And
wow.
multiple levels plus 1 bonus round with all the goblins you will ever need. So like I have a lot of faith in Dwight Sullivan. I mean, one thing I like about Dwight is his games are never the same, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can't tell me like Venom is like Star Wars or, you know, and Star Wars is like Game of Thrones and yada yada yada, but you know, I guess I'm gonna wait to check out the game before I decide what if I'm gonna purchase it or not.
Well, lucky you, Tom. Tuesday's the day. Tuesday's the day.
Tuesday's the day.
I know Tom and I will be. We're going to Stern on Tuesday to play the game. I think Travis is going to go as well. I don't know who all's going, but we're gonna have a chance to play.
I'm sad about that.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's Stern kind of had an open invite to a bunch of media creators, but you got to get yourself there. So luckily for us, it's a quick drive. I say quick, it's like 3-hour drive, but
right.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this game. I would say if you're a D&D fan, I would assume this game is does it justice. Like I think you know, I think there are some games where the fans are like, "Oh, that's not my version of that," or like this is great. Oh, thank you for the sub. But yeah, man, this is exciting. This is exciting. We'll have a chance to play it soon. I think they're making LEs first. Wifflebat, thanks for doing this. Do more live. So the thing about the live reactions is this is a work day. I just happen to be on vacation because of sick kids and holidays, and I know Mike and whatnot. But yeah, maybe I'll start doing these because
I'm off on Fridays.
Tom's ready. Tom's always ready. But
I can always take a lunch break and do a
well, maybe we'll make a habit of this because this was a lot of fun. But chat, I don't know about you guys. Anybody in chat has anybody placed an order for this? Quick plug, if you're gonna order, reach out to Zach at Flippin' Out. He'll take care of you. Zach's here. Yep. Thanks for orders, everyone. Get yourselves one today. That was not planned, but that's pretty crazy that he popped in right when I
I'm going to guess that there's a healthy amount of orders for this game coming in.
That looks pretty great.
Just based on I mean this has definitely been one of the better reveals that I've seen in the recent history anyway.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, this was a lot of fun. Tom, Mike, if you want to plug something, go for it. Plug away.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah. You can check out my channel, Foxy's Pinball, on Twitch and YouTube. Also, the guy above me, we do a podcast together called Triple Drain.
Yeah.
And some other idiot named Travis. So check that out.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. Thanks for being here, man.
You're welcome.
Mike, go for it.
Well, I just got my basement back now, so we've been doing a lot of work reconfiguring it and whatnot. So I'm hoping to get back at some semi-regular streaming in here and on location in the near future. So look out for that. Otherwise, you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube.
All the things, yeah.
All the things.
Yep. And I'm Joel. This is the Flippin' Out YouTube channel, obviously. And check us out Wednesday. This upcoming Wednesday, Jared and I will be streaming. We'll be streaming Beatles. Zach let us borrow a Beatles. We'll be checking out. We will be checking this out in Stern in person on Tuesday. So I'll have some thoughts to share. And then hopefully, I think we might actually record Triple Drain next Friday. So there should be plenty of content coming your way. But yeah, anybody that's watching this afterwards, feel free to leave a comment on YouTube. Thumbs up, all the things. Thank you for the subs. And appreciate everybody who's being here. I did see that the Twippies, I think, are officially open now. So if you check out the Twippies for voting, I haven't clicked on it yet. I don't know who's all there, categories or anything like that. But if you're into that, the Twippies are now open. If you see Triple Drain or Pinballers or Fox Cities or Flippin' Out, feel free to give us a vote. But yeah, appreciate everybody that was here. This was a lot of fun, and we should definitely do this again sometime soon. So, okay.
Awesome.
I'm going to end it. Bye, everybody.